Welcome back to FTL, and we're going to continue from where we left off last time. We're right here at the end of Sector 2, so we're going to go ahead and go to the next sector. We can either do another NG, or we can go and explore a nebula. I'm thinking if we go to the nebula, we would end up losing out on we'd have to move our person in the subsystems for the cameras, because we can't see through that anyway. But I think that's okay. I think let's go ahead and explore the nebula. This nebula must have been an important hub at one point. Placing all of these jump beacons would have been no easy task. However, now it's hardly navigable. Before I get too far ahead, I needed to turn the music down. Alright. Let's go ahead and take Chris and put him in the doors for now. So we got some scrap. Let's see what we have around here. Okay. So we have to go through the middle here. So let's go up this way. You spot a rebel ship in the nebula ahead and stay off their radar. Try to engage? Yeah, I think we can take them. Without sensors, you can't maintain a lock for long and the rebel slips away. Okay. Your ship emerges quite far away from the beacon. You see a rebel ship waiting nearby, undoubtedly stationed to look for you. Let's attack the ship. Okay. Oh, we have to get our shields upgraded. Our weapon systems are woefully inadequate, I fear. Let's have our missile target their shield system. We'll drop the Artemis so we don't lose our power, or our burst laser is easy. There we go. I think we got them at this point. Alright, we got 2 missiles out of that, so that's always good. Okay. Let's check the map. Alright, no shops that we know of. So we're gonna grab a second shield. And another system weapon. So now we can power up the shields, and we have a little bit of a buffer in our weapon power there. See, we have 29% evasion, which is always good. Oh, let's get Gumbo to heal his health a little bit. Gumbo. Here we go. I know the Mantis is slower on repairs, but he is the crew member that has the least critical role. Intruders on board. You arrive in the nebula and immediately receive a message from an unknown source. Prepare to be boarded. With the static from the nebula, there's no way to know where the ship came from. But you hear shots fired on board the ship. Oh, that's a bad spot for them to be. Okay. Let's have you run to the doors. Get you healed up a bit. Get these guys to be brought in. Get Emma to run the doors. And we'll get another person up here so that when they break through that door, they don't have anywhere to go. Swap out one for the Mantis. Make sure to keep our crew swapping so we don't lose any of our crew members. There we go. Now we can heal everyone up. And have everyone go back to their spaces. Alright. Ooh, this one's bad. This is a plasma storm. At least it's people on board and we don't have to fight a ship. You find 2 heavily damaged ships floating nearby, the remains of a battle. You begin to harvest some usable debris when you hear the sound of someone beaming aboard, followed by the shouts of a boarding party. Okay, let's get Chris and that guy over there. Oh, there's 2 more in there. So that means we need to get Jack on the doors to control access. We can get Emma back there to help out. There we go. So Emma, you can go back. Oh, we need to power our oxygen. That must have got shut off when we got into this area with the plasma storm. So as you can see, we would have been in a real tight spot if we got in a plasma storm fighting another ship, because we don't have a. We probably would have ended up burning a lot of our missiles just for power efficiency there. Looks like we're all healed up now, and we can continue. See, there's a store down there, but maybe. Yeah, let's go to the store. We can repair our hull a little bit. There's only one other ship at this beacon, and it's showing heavy damage. You receive a message on your console. Greetings, traveler. We were crippled by a band of pirates, and now we're forced to sell our remaining equipment to acquire the necessary supplies to get home. Okay. Once again, don't really have the money for any of those. Repairs your hull every time you collect scrap, but so we would get less scrap, but it would automatically repair. So that could be good in some situations. I don't think. I don't think we're gonna roll the firebomb this time around. Let's see. For every 1 point of ion damage, 1 power bar is removed from the target system, and it is then locked for 5 seconds, preventing repowering. If an ion weapon hits shields, the damage is automatically applied to the shield system. Okay, so we have enough. We could buy the repair arm, which, when combined with the scrap recovery, is only a 5% loss. We could do that. The fuel's pretty cheap here. Long-range scanners. I think this will help us plan out our movement, so I think we'll do that. And buy some of that. So now we can properly... Alrighty, so now we know we can see here they have an ion storm, so that's no good. Alright. Probably want to avoid that particular spot. The drone isn't looking for you. Perhaps it's scouting ahead for the Rebel expansion, or maybe they're seeking to use this nebula for cover. Regardless, it identifies you as hostile. So we got I'm glad we got our second shield, because the 2 drones can't hurt us. And as long as we can turn this on auto fire, as long as we keep their weapons offline, they can't hurt us either. So we're set up pretty good. This is an example of where a boarding party would have an issue, because there's no oxygen system. So this ship is completely devoid of any oxygen, which means you can't just board and kill the crew because it has no crew. Oh good, we got more missiles. Before we go, I'm going to buy another power bar so we can actually have all of our weapons online at the same time. It appears that an automated Rebel scout was positioned within the nebula to warn of your passing. The ship starts to power up its FTL drive. If it gets away, no doubt it'll warn the fleet of your position. Okay, so we have a couple of things to worry about here. I think we can take our ion blast and target the shields. We'll have our missile hit their engine, and we'll hold our burst laser until after the ion blast fires. There we go. Now we're in a pretty safe spot. So we've delayed their leaving. See, we could jump out right now if we wanted to, if we were in a rough spot, but having that second layer of shields really helps keep us safe. Doesn't do anything if we run into someone with missiles, but for the majority it seems to do pretty well. The ship breaks apart, and you feel relief with the knowledge that you will hopefully still be one step ahead of the fleet. Let's see. We don't want to go to that spot because we know that's an ion storm, so I think we can go around down here and see what happens down there. You feel naked without functioning sensors. You half expect a rebel ship to appear from behind a cloud at any moment, but none come. Ooh, there's a store. We only have 15 scrap though, so I don't think that'll be much use to us. So we know that those 2 spots have a ship, so let's continue with our plan to go around this way. An advanced Rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small Rebel space station. However, without functioning sensors, it is impossible to tell what is inside. Attack the automated ship to get to the station, or avoid provoking the ship. This one has a cloaking system, so this is the first time we've seen that. Weapons, we can see an ion and a laser, but I think we'll be fine with that. Let's go for it. So we can't target anything while they're charging, which meant our lasers didn't start charging. Ooh, it did 2. So this ion is a more powerful one than ours. Ours only does 1 point of ion damage. They lock it down for 2. So that would be 10 seconds it's locked down that we can't put power in, versus R5 that we lock them down for. $29 scrap is always nice. Ooh, a defense drone. If nothing else, we can sell that for 4 scrap, since we're kind of moving away from the drone route. Yeah, we can't go anywhere from there. Let's see. $30 plus 25 is 55. So that would get us an extra 5% chance to dodge. So let's go ahead and grab that. So now we're up to 40% evasion. Which obviously helps for things like missiles. A pirate ship arrives shortly after you. Judging from the fact that it is attempting to avoid your ship, you assume that it's a smuggler trying to stay away from beacons. Attack the pirate ship. You power up your weapons and move in to engage. Okay, so we immediately notice they have a teleporter and weapons, obviously. Looks like they have a burst laser and a beam weapon. I expect them to board immediately. Yeah, there they go. We heard it. Let's use our missile to take the shields down, and we'll hold everything else till after they fire. So let's see where they're boarded. Okay, so they're in the engines. So let's move him up and drain the oxygen out of there. And we can let them in and they can start. So now they're down a shield, so we'll fire our ion blast. Doesn't really matter, it'll hit the shield. And then we can target their weapons with our weapons. So we can keep their shields locked down and then keep firing on their weapon system. So we just heard them teleport back. So they hail you. We realize our ship is no match for yours. If you let us go, we'll make it worth your while. 8 missiles. That's a lot of scrap. I think I'm going to take that offer. I think typically, if you... Oop, let's not run him in there just yet. If you take their offer, you're going to get more undamaged materials, whereas if you destroy them, you're going to end up with more scrap. I don't know, I haven't seen any code or anything like that. That's just my interpretation and understanding. So it looks like we have a maxed out pilot, a maxed out engines, and maxed out weapons. And we're getting there on the shields. Ooh. This is unfortunate. Possible ship detected. The rebel fleet was prepared for the nebula in this sector, so okay, so that's saying we're not hiding as much. There's an ion storm there, but we don't have a choice. So we have half the power. You arrive in the middle of a plasma storm. Despite harsh conditions, a rebel scout seems waiting for you. Okay. So, what can we lose? It looks like... Let's see, they have a drone, but that could be inside their ship. I think we can bring our engines down and use our burst laser to lock their weapons down, since they also have half power. Oh, we have a boarding craft. That's not good. Okay. We need... Let's have this guy go over there, and let's just... Oh, we won. I think we just want to end this as soon as possible. We need oxygen, so I think we're going to have to... Since we've damaged their weapons, we can pull that out. Let's move them into the healing room. Because I think this is a breached area, so I think they're losing health from the oxygen and the drone. Yeah, there's a breach under there I didn't see. So this room vented oxygen, and the drone won't accept surrender. The drone doesn't take damage from lack of oxygen because, you know, it's a drone. To get our oxygen back in our ship, you can see everything's turning a little pink. I think having autopilot, just in case we have to pull our pilot, is going to be beneficial. So we'll do that and then heal these guys back up again. You can see our oxygen's filling back up again. So I think we're good to go. It looks like we have enough space we can hit here and then go up and up. You jump into a calmer part of the nebula. However, your relief fades as a rebel scout jumps to the beacon and moves in to attack. So we got a drone and shield and ion, and it looks like a... I think that's a breach laser. Okay, so this looks like a beam. So that's easy. Let's start... Have the ion blast target the shields. And then we'll have our burst laser miss their weapons, apparently. Thankfully, we have a decent evade, so we're avoiding a lot of their shots. We don't have to worry about that drone, because it's not they aren't able to penetrate the shields. So this is the problem with auto fire, is you get out of sync. Have switched the targets there. So now we've damaged their shields. Looks like they had enough to prevent that from going down. There we go. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scraps and material. 26 scrap is nothing to complain about. With the sensor down, you spend a good deal of time staring out the window. If it is, you must admit, rather beautiful here. So that's a dead jump, and now it's time. The long-range beacon is almost hidden within the nebula. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Okay, do we want to do anything? Do we want to... see. That makes it so if we put someone in there, then we could see their weapon charge, which sounds pretty useful. I think information is the key to victory, so we'll do that, and we'll grab an extra power bar. Okay. Alrighty. We can choose Rock or Rebel. I think we're going to head to the Rock, but we'll have to wait to see what's there in the next episode. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a wonderful day, and remember to smile.